Watch out for this, Commanders fans. Things are heating up in Washington, and you're about to be speechless. Are you ready to hear the latest news that could change everything about our defense? Let's kick it off with a topic that's got everyone buzzing. A shift on the defensive line could be just around the corner. The defensive tackle spot is getting closer to adding a key piece, and it's the talk of the town. If you thought the Commanders' defense was already strong, wait until you see what might be coming. And that's not all. Pay attention. One of our key defensive backs will miss the next game against the Giants. And the big question on everyone's mind is, what happens next? This change could throw off our defense at the worst possible time. What does this mean for the team, and who could step up to fill those huge shoes? To wrap it up, Commanders fans, keep your eyes on the opportunities. We've got the list of free agents the front office is considering. The season's just getting started, but this is the week when key decisions are being made that could shape our future. If any signings from this list go through, get ready, because it could be the boost we need to go far this season. You won't want to miss out on who might be on Washington's radar to strengthen the roster at this crucial moment. So, if you haven't done it yet, subscribe now and hit that like button, because these moves are going to keep everyone talking. And remember, stick around until the end and drop a comment on what you think about these potential changes. Hail to the Redskins! Alright, this is something we can't let fly under the radar. Johnny Newton, our rookie defensive tackle, is gearing up for his season debut. And let me tell you, this move could completely shift the tempo of our defense. Now, what does this really mean for the Commanders? I think Newton is a key piece, a player who was Defensive Player of the Year in the Big Ten and our 36th overall pick in the draft. Does that tell you something? Because it sure does for me. This guy was an absolute beast in college, but then, boom, a Jones fracture in his foot that led to surgery. And not just that, he's already had surgery on both feet. So here's my question. Can we trust that he's fully ready to hit the field at 100%? Here's what I'll say. Coach Quinn is optimistic. He's been keeping a close eye on him, and we've already seen him practicing in pads this week. But friends, here's the dilemma. As much as we want to see him out there, regular season game intensity is no joke. It's Tampa, it's hot, and it's an offensive line that doesn't mess around. So I ask you, do we take the risk or not? Do we throw him in this Sunday, or give him more time? Now, I'm asking because, personally, I think putting him in this weekend could make all the difference. But of course, there's always the risk. If Newton is ready for Sunday's game, watch out, because that could give John Allen and Darren Payne some much-needed breathers. And trust me when I say having these three rotating during the game would be a nightmare for any opposing offense. It'd also be a big hit for Fedarian Mathis and Sheldon Day, who would have to give up some snaps. So is this the moment to give Newton that long-awaited debut? I think it is. But the real question is, will he be at 100%? Here's where I make my strong argument. Newton isn't just any player. He's the kind of guy you can't leave on the bench if he's healthy. We know the defensive line is our strength, and having Newton in the rotation only solidifies our dominance in an area we already control. And let me tell you this, Commanders fans, this guy could be the push we need to start taking over games with our defense. Let's get straight to the point, folks. The Commanders will be without their starting cornerback against the Giants this week. Now let me ask you, what does this mean for our team? Because let's be real, this is no small detail. Not having our former first-rounder on the field could be a serious issue. But who's going to step up? Who's going to take that spot and keep our defense solid? Let me tell you this. Coach Quinn has already made his decision, and the guys who are going to see more time on the field are Mike Davis and Noah Igbenogany. Now I ask you, is this the best call? I'm telling you, Mike Davis has the best shot at taking on that responsibility. Keep an eye on him. After 7 years with the Chargers, this man brings experience, speed on deep routes, and most importantly, a physical presence at the line that could wreak havoc on the Giants' offense. But can he really fill Forbes' shoes? I think he's got everything it takes, and here's why. Davis has length and aggression. That's exactly what we need to shut down the Giants, who, let's be honest, don't have a particularly dominant passing game, but we can't underestimate them either. Now what about Noah Igbenogany? Let me say this. He's got talent, but we probably won't see as much of him as we will of Davis this Sunday. Not because he can't handle it, but because Davis just fits better with what Quinn's looking for in this specific matchup. Is it the right call? We'll see when the game's on. Now let me stop and ask you another question. Should we be worried about not having Forbes? Absolutely. When a key player is out, the alarms need to go off. But here's what I'll tell you. While it's a blow to the defense, it's also a chance for someone else to step up. And I believe Mike Davis is ready to seize that opportunity. Will he be the X factor we need? Time will tell. Are the Commanders really ready to fight this season? After what we saw in the first week, I'm telling you, no way. That loss to the Buccaneers was painful, not just because of the 37-20 scoreline, but because of what it revealed. A lack of power in the trenches. And that's serious. How is it possible for a defensive line with Jonathan Allen and Darren Payne to give up 112 rushing yards? Yeah, I know what you're thinking, but it wasn't that many yards, right? That's the problem. 58 of those yards came before the runners were even touched. This is a clear sign that something is missing. And I ask you, do you think our current roster can stop that kind of attack? Honestly, I say no. Look, Lawrence Guy is the guy the Commanders need. And when I say we need him, it's because what we saw last week was disappointing. This guy has won a Super Bowl. And do you know why? Because he knows how to get into the trenches, how to draw double teams, and block those runs that hurt us so much. Guy, even though he's not going to outshine Allen or Payne, is better than Fedarian Mathis at stopping the run. And we all know it. Who likes seeing runners make it to the second or third line of our defense without even being touched? No one. Guy would give us that power we missed in the first game, and I'm confident in saying if we don't do something about it, we're looking at another long season. But let's not stop with the defense. Our offense also has serious issues, starting with Jaden Daniels' protection. Now I ask you, how do you expect Daniels to stay in the pocket without protection? It's not going to happen. We saw it too many times last week, and the guy just doesn't have the time to throw. Here's where Donovan Smith comes in. This guy has Super Bowl pedigree. He's protected Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes' blind sides, the two best quarterbacks of the last decade. You think he can't do the same here? Look, Andrew Wiley is still our starter on the right side, but the truth is, Wiley allows too much pressure. We saw it clearly against Tampa Bay, not the start we were hoping for. And on the left side, Cornelius Lucas didn't do too badly, but he was beaten for a sack. And with a rookie like Brandon Coleman waiting for his chance, we can't afford to take risks. Smith offers something we desperately need: stability. If we want to give Daniels a real shot at success, we need someone with Donovan Smith's experience and strength. So now I ask you, Commanders fans, don't you think it's time for the team to put these veterans on their radar? Because I'll tell you one thing, if we don't shore up those lines, we're going to be talking about another season of broken promises. Do we really want to keep watching our defense giving up yards before first contact? Or our quarterback running for his life on every play? I don't think so. Burgundy and Gold Squad, it's time to raise your voices. We've got a field full of questions, and we need you, the backbone of this franchise, to give us your clear answers. Should we throw our rookie star into the battle this Sunday, or is it better to keep him simmering a bit longer? Your answer could shape the course of our season. With our cornerback out of commission, do you think we can hold off the Giants' offense, or do we need a plan B urgently? Victory is on the line, and we want to know what you'd do if you were in the coach's shoes. And speaking of reinforcements, is it time to fish in the free agency waters? Or do we trust that our current roster has the grit to make a statement? Your vision could be the spark that ignites the fire of victory. Commanders, this isn't just a channel, it's a strategy bunker where each of you is a general. So hit that subscribe alarm, leave your mark in the comments, and join this family that bleeds burgundy and gold. Every like is a tackle, every comment a touchdown. With daily videos, I'll keep you updated on our Redskins. And remember, Heart fans, your voice is the roar that drives this team. So don't stay silent. Make sure the whole NFL hears you, because together, we are an unstoppable force. And remember, hail to the Redskins.